go.
When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Black and I'm proud. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. Become a part of it. Embrace it. 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 When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness.
Power, peace, and power, family. DoC in the BoXX. I don't know what's going on with that music, but I don't know if it sounded like that on your end or out there in social media land, but it sounded on my end like we had some cheap speakers. But nonetheless, family, peace and power. Happy Thursday. We are up in the place to be. DoC in the BoXX on the BoXX with QueenA B. Speak to the people, Queen.
Good evening, people. I am so happy tonight. As you can read the banner at the bottom, it's our birthday. Black Box Radio is 5 years old. We started 9/19/19. So I'm just really excited. I just flew in Baltimore. I'm in the Baltimore studios. It's a pleasure to be in my home, B City. I'm just so excited tonight. I'm tired, guys. I've been traveling all day. But I'm here. I'm ready to go. And I want you guys to give us a happy birthday shout out for sure. Because this is our birthday for sure. So me and DoC, we're going to go in tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk, but I'm also going to, do them platitudes. I really appreciate everyone. You guys have allowed me to come, me and all of the folks, my co-hosts, the producers, to come into your homes, to come into your cars, to come into your speakers. For 5 years. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of the likes, the shares, the subscribe, and please like, share, subscribe this too. But definitely come stay with us with Black Box Radio. We're growing. Next month, we have some new shows that are not me, that are other hosts. And so I'm so excited about that. I'm going to talk about that a little tonight, but definitely I just want to say big up to everyone. And it's our birthday. That's it, DoC. It's the birthday.
If it's your birthday, make some noise. All right.
So Callie said, happy birthday. Hey, sis. Happy birthday, Black Box Radio.
Hotel California says, see you already starting Dr. Daw.
Thank you, sis.
Hold up. What was she recording before we got? Was we already on before we got on? What is she talking about?
Because she know you always got these shenanigans. That's what's up. Nobody don't see that part. Yeah. Look at her. She woo.
If they don't see that I got shenanigans, I beg to differ. I try to come with the most shenanigans when I come on here. Yes. And if I don't come with some level of shenanitude.
Shenanitude. I love it.
We're not doing our job. But family, thanks for joining us. We got a freestyle, free flow, free cipher. We got a free link that we can put in the chat. What as Queen say, jump in the chat and don't hold back. I'm telling you, I was like, she's the MC for real. We're gonna put the link in. Don't hold back. But there's so much to talk about. There's so many things. Me and Queen said we're gonna freestyle today. Happy birthday, Black Box Radio. 5 years. Finally made it over toddlerhood.
We're toddler dude. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a toddler. But yeah, it's a blessing to be 5 years in. Shout out to Shaka. Definitely Shaka. You can come on. We could drop the link in the chat for you for sure. This is going to be producing the shows that we're bringing on. But anyway, this is going to be a good show tonight. But we're going to put we're going to start talking, but we're also going to put the link in the chat. You guys can come and join us, and please don't be scared. DoC is gentle. He's not going to attack you. Come
But
on up here and talk to us.
Queen isn't. So I can't give you the same comfort. I can't give you the same comfort because Queen is not gentle.
No. Somebody gotta be hard out here. So Daw, what's going on in the world? What is going on in the world? We got a lot going on in this world, man.
It's a lot going on. You know, politically, lots of things are going on and have been going on for a while. You know, you got Diddy.
Hashtag no Diddy. He's been
And
indicted.
And I don't know too much about that, but it's not surprising that things go down. Because yeah. You know, we're in a society that worships people.
Yep.
We are in a society that people with certain status, fame, celebrity, and Muciano,
that chicken, yes, sir.
That chicken, that bread, that cheddar,
yep,
that paper can, you know, they feel like they got free will to other people's bodies.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? And some people will do things because that people got that cheddar. You know what I mean?
Wow.
There's some, you know, they say the old ladies say I do something a little strange for some change.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it looks like the grand jury said though it's a little too strange. But I just really want to know who he pissed off because this is not new behavior. Let's get it. Let's go in. He didn't just start whatever he's doing or whatever he's done. It didn't just start yesterday. And so they kill me when you amass all of these bodies, you ruin people's existence, you're traumatized almost a nation, and then we want to bring them down and say, oh, we're getting justice. Who did he piss off and why is he in this space now? Because he didn't just start abusing, I'm sure. That's what I want to know. What happened?
I mean, you're saying that you feel like they've been holding on to this information for a while as a form of to keep him in place.
I don't know about to keep him in place. I think that he's always been out of place. I think he also has put some things in place to kind of prop himself up. I'm sure he has some recordings, you know, his little freak offs or whatever he's doing. Because, you know, if he's a smart guy, you know, he does have some recordings, and that's been said that he's recorded a lot of these folks. So that's probably kept him very safe for a minute. But when they come at you like this and they're willing to arrest your children, they're willing to embarrass you, they're willing to, and you've been a part of the establishment for so long, you've made a lot of people money and made yourself a lot of money. Something happened. It'll just fall off. Then I don't think Hollywood cares about sex trafficking. It's not a new phenomenon. So to tell me all of a sudden that he's this overt sex trafficker and we want to stop him, this is not new behavior.
Okay. You don't think that people have to when someone breaks silence, others come out?
I think that happens, but I think that there was a precipice to make it happen.
What does precipice mean? You know,
no big words. One syllable. It was a trigger.
You know,
let's go back.
Hold up. Breaking news, y'all. Queen has used a word with 5 syllables. And I'm bringing this up because she likes to accuse me of using words that I don't use. I speak pretty basic, and then she's the one coming out with precipice. I can't even say it. Precipice. What the hell is precipice? Can you help me out?
I can't take it.
The precipice. The precipice. What? Who? What? What's a precipice?
I said the trigger. Let's stay in. We can't do them 5 syllables. You're right. It's after 9.
Precipice.
So it's after dark.
Define it for me, please. My brain is hurting.
I can't. I don't know where that came from. I'm a little tired.
Okay.
There was a trigger for what we're seeing. I just do not believe in a fanatical world like Hollywood and the amount of foolishness that's going on, that all of a sudden Diddy is the biggest sex trafficker, or in the music business that he's the biggest sex trafficker. Power, money, sex. He ain't the only one. He did something, or he's expendable, or they're moving past him and they're getting rid of him. One of the two, one of the three. So yes, it's agreed.
Who are they?
The consortium, the folks, the power players, whoever it is, the folks who pull out strings, whoever it is who has the I don't want to say propensity, who has
you already said consortium, but you know it should have been consortium, but you use both of them at the same time because you was like, yeah, which one is it? Like, so
oh my God.
Like you just can't help yourself with big words. We're gonna have a big word. Who uses the most big words on this show?
Who gonna get what we gonna get? Because I'm gonna out.
You use them. Look, we've been on here all of 3 minutes, and you've already gone in with words that you don't like. You're trying to figure out, did I use the right word when you said, like, damn, I know it sounded right, but did I use the right word?
I need you to get yourself.
I mean, I be that too. But I just asked. Like, hold up, was that the right word?
No, I don't mean to use.
But people be like, yeah, you used the right word. Yeah, okay, yeah, oh yeah,
it is right consortium word. or the power players, whatever the folks.
Okay,
the peoples. I call them dim peoples. Dim peoples. All right. Want to get rid of Diddy. Diddy is displaying behavior that he got rid of himself. I'm not taking him off the hook. I know he's a problem, but he's not a new problem.
What does that mean, though? I mean, it means that he's not a new problem.
It means we have an appetite for people's indiscretions, their traumatic behaviors, their insidious behaviors. If everything is going our way or going the way that we think it should go, then we have an appetite for that. As soon as it does, we get rid of it or we destroy it. And I think that something happened. She said, Queen, you're gonna have to get Daw off you. I know. I don't know what's wrong with him tonight.
But hold up. Did we just hear her say insidious? What does that mean, Queen? Look, y'all don't know the type of stuff she put me through. Hey, hotel. You have to understand. Who's winning?
So we're here playing. These folks are coming for some healing now. Stop.
They are. They're coming, healing and levity, laughter, and all of those type of things are part of healing. But
you're right. But you're right. Laughter is healing. But I think Diddy. What do you think about Diddy? I really think that this is not new, and that when
I don't think it's new. I don't think it's new, but I don't think it's new. But I don't understand the importance of identify whether it's new or not.
Well, I'm just saying, why would you let this behavior go through all of these women, all of these males, all of these children he's had, all of this amount of power
he's
that
not
he's
the
had?
First. He's not the first one.
I'm not, or the last.
But what I am saying is this. I am asking, why is one word out of all the words that were saying with 20 syllables, why did Hotel California have to put levity in all caps? That's what I want to know. Because you have a supporter here.
I knew you was gonna say that. But I don't know what's wrong with you.
But Diddy, but did you just say levity? She got your back, West Coast style. You got what I'm trying to say?
All day.
West
That's
Coast
my sister.
All day. What you got my old dog say? What old dog say on the he's like, you gonna let that something shoot your cousin like something like that. But anyway, but look, check it out. I think I'm just curious to why you are wondering. I mean, I get it, but I mean, frauds exist a long time.
Yeah.
People who abuse people, many of them have never been
outed.
Yeah, outed. Right.
That's why I said this is something bigger than just his behaviors. He is a problem. He's not.
It's probably got to do everything with his behaviors.
Well, I think that the behaviors were there. They knew they were there from the beginning, but they've been allowed to fester because he's been making money with everybody.
Who is they?
There's listen, this every part of the system has uh, a board or someone who is the power player, the top. It's always a top piece. It's always a top piece, Doc. It's always someone who's pulling everybody's strings.
I just want you to speak unless.
But I don't know who they is.
Well,
I say them people.
I
don't
always
know
say,
who it is.
see, this the boogeyman.
It's not boogeyman.
It's a boogeyman if you can't tell me who it is.
So you're telling me that all of a sudden Diddy is just a bad. They just don't like his behaviors, and all of a sudden he's got to go. He's got to go.
Well,
that's what you're saying.
Well, I am not saying anything, but what I am saying is, I mean, people do all types of things, and then one day someone discloses, someone takes them to court. It happens every day.
It does.
I mean, some people. I mean,
we're talking about the fanatical world of Hollywood. It's different.
Well, Hollywood, sometimes they are more safe, and nobody discloses on them.
True. That's why he's been able to do this.
All it takes is one person, and then everybody comes out.
So you think Cassie, since she went after him, well, no, she filed a lawsuit, and she was settled so quickly, it opened up the gates for everyone else. Do you think that was the reasoning?
Well, let me say this. I'm not really. I don't know. I have no idea who Cassie is other than her taking him to court. I just want to disclose that. Mm-hmm. I do know that was his girlfriend or something like that. I don't know if she was an entertainer. She
was the one. Yeah, she's actually a singer too.
Okay, so the reality is, you could be right? But at the end of the day, I'm just curious to why does it matter what you're saying? Why does it matter? And it's not that I'm saying it doesn't matter. It's that I'm curious to where you're trying to get, where you're trying to go with this.
The reason why I say that is because I think we are okay with abuse if we're if it doesn't affect us, or that we're making money with the person, or the person is favorable to you. As soon as that favorability goes away, or you don't like the person, or they did something that you don't like, then let's take him down, what you already know was his weakness. He's a sexual freak. You already knew that from the door. So you hold that and hold that. He ruins children. He ruins women. He's ruining men, his own children. That, he have children in this world. It's sad what's happening to him. Mm-hmm. He has girls. He has young girls. Mm-hmm. He has young sons. They're being caught up in his behaviors or whomever behaviors. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate. So why do we let it go here?
Because this is how abuse. This is how abuse normally happens.
Okay.
People who are abused are afraid many times. And the reason how people abuse is because abused people in many ways have learned to get in the minds of people and to fear them into submission. It's nothing different than most people who are being abused daily, being a celebrity or not.
True.
So all it takes is one person saying, you know what, I'm going to break my silence. And guess what? Breaking your silence is very hard. I work with many women and men, but specifically women who've been through all types of abuse since they were even children. And they've been holding this thing forever. And sometimes the fear is to keep families together, to not become an outcast in the family, or now in this case in the industry. In the community, in Hollywood, there are benefits. Abuse, the benefits or the power or the money or the resources is what allows people to control people into submission. Many women, and I'm going to say even men, but in this case, women live daily in a household where someone is the financial quote unquote breadwinner, and they don't. I'm hearing myself back, but they don't break their silence. You automatically guilty if you found with 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's what Hotel California says. Oh, I think you think you put.
Is that what happened to him? I didn't know he had 1,000 bottles.
Yeah, they.
I'm not following it.
They
hear that?
they say 1,000 bottles of the unsealed whatever report. I don't know what they call it, indictment or what have you. They found that he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil and other lubricants, and
Oh
he had
my
a and
Lord.
he had AR-15s or whatever they call those type of rifles. And
What a freak.
but it's always been speculation that Diddy um was really pretty much a very interestingly sexual person.
Ooh, interesting sexual. I like how you
Ye-
put that.
Yeah, I'm also trying to fight with the feet.
IS.
Uh-huh.
I like IS.
Yeah.
Interestingly sexual. I love that.
Yeah.
Uh, well, let's say this.
Mhm.
He has some issues, and I listened to Dapper Dan. I don't know if you know who Dapper Dan is. Dapper Dan is the one of the first
Yeah.
fashion
Yeah.
pink
Well,
fashion
yeah.
designers in New York. He
Uh-huh.
grew up with Diddy's parents, and
Okay.
he said it didn't start with him. It's been in the family. This is a
Uh-huh.
thing. This is what
Uh-huh.
he said. And so I know this behavior doesn't just come out of the blue.
Uh-huh.
It's happened. It's learned behavior. But again, we if everyone knew he had IS, because they're
Uh-huh.
talking about his parties isn't new. They've been talking about his behaviors for years. People continue to deal with him, do business with him, go to his parties. What is that about? And then now all of a sudden there's no Diddy. But every last week,
Uh-huh.
it was all about the Benjamins. So that's what I'm saying is like you're saying that yes, abuse is something that it takes them a while to, talk about their abuse, and they sometimes they
If
even
ever, if
comfort,
ever.
if
They,
ever, sometimes
yeah.
comfort
Uh-huh.
their abuser. But and so that's what I like talking to you, because you take the conspiracy out of it. Because to me, I think Diddy is a problem, but I also think it's an attack on him, and I'm going to say the attack on the black man.
Well, it's a result of the attack that was already on us. His behaviors are indicative of the environment that created it.
Mm,
Um, that doesn't mean that he's not guilty.
that's true.
It doesn't mean that he hasn't done these things. It doesn't mean that I won't let him near my daughter if I had one,
Yes.
or I wouldn't suggest that you let your daughter, or oh, I'm sorry, in this case, son, near him. I don't, I
Absolutely.
have no desire to myself to be near him. And
Me
most of
neither.
us are trying to find a way. We will look past some very dark things, as we spoke about last week on the show, in order to make it in this very gruesome world. Many of us
Mm,
will sell our values, our ideals,
mm,
just to be somebody. When
mm.
you are in such an oppressed state as a people and an individual, you'll look past a lot of stuff, and you'll start to rationalize and also block out lots of things. Believe me, the mind has a way of helping you deal with all of that. And mental health is a real issue in our community. People sometimes say, how did her mother not believe that about her? How did her mother tell her that man never did that to her? People wonder how, but the mind does a thing. The mind knows how to disassociate, it knows how to block, and also not just suppress, but repress things that are too traumatic for it. So repression is not voluntary. Suppression is voluntary, but repression is not voluntary. It is what the mind does to protect its psyche. And many of people that walk around daily walk around and do not know that all types of sexual trauma and violations and things took place when they were children, until one day they wake up and somebody said a thing, and then they start having flashbacks, or something comes up in their dream, or different things like that. What I am saying is sexual trauma is, or sexual, what's the term I'm really looking for, violations sexual exploitation. And then to some degree, it's a very tricky thing, because you notice he preys on young people. And then you start to blame it on yourself. Sometimes you need to go to counseling before you realize that you didn't deserve that. And that somebody was taking advantage of you. Because many times what victims do is begin to believe that they were the problem in the first place. And lots of times the problems didn't start there. The problems started at their houses, because they felt neglected and they wanted to feel important. They wanted to feel loved. They wanted that attention. They needed it. They felt that people walk around daily trying to make up for a childhood of not feeling desired, loved, or receiving the attention they desire or needed as children, and try to make up for that in adulthood in many different ways. You see it played out on social media every day. Then you also see it when, I mean, it gets really deep. Happy birthday to Black Box Radio. We are 5 years old today.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? That is serious. You know, I never, so repression is something that you're saying the mind triggers to protect itself.
Yeah.
And so it represses what's going on, or it changes what's actually in front of you into something that's kind of positive.
It can block it out. It never happened. It never happened. Wow. And what it does, especially when people hurt you, those who you want to love you, what can happen is people can begin to idealize that person because they struggle. It's such a struggle to see them in a way that's not idealistic. And that's and so it's really complex why people stay in situations like that. It's really complex and where it started, because more than likely those people who we're finding victimized, I don't care how much celebrity or how much money they have, many times they've already been victims before they even met a Diddy.
Wow. So the question lies, though, why would he be indicted for sex? So they're saying he's a sex trafficker, or he's just an abuser.
I did hear something about that, but all that's abuse to me. But I don't know what. I guess there's.
What was the grounds for the indictment?
Yeah.
That's so what I wonder.
I did hear it. I did hear about it, and it was pretty interesting. It's not necessarily that clear from what I heard. I haven't done a lot of research and things of that nature, but what I will say is it didn't sound, honestly, to just be honest with you, from what I heard, it didn't sound so surprising. It sounded like he had a sex ring, and I'm not sure. And I think the lawyer was saying that these people were all adults and they all were voluntarily participated. So that's what his attorney is saying, of course, right? But of course, we understand that perhaps and more likely than anything that there's more than what we know.
I heard the news talking about it. They said he used his power to control and, for sex trafficking and all these different things. It's unfortunate. You know what I said?
It's like it was men.
It's powerful men. They always have problems.
No, but it also sounds
their sexual appetite.
But it also that they're not powerful. But it also sounded like those there was men though that, from what I heard, that the people that were being trafficked, I'm certain there were women too.
Men too.
They were talking about a lot of men who were being trafficked. This is nothing different than Nature Boy. Let's think about Nature Boy or people like Polite, who have less influence, less power, not any real money. And we know that Diddy didn't have exactly what we think he had either. But the reality is he did have a lot more than these other two people, right?
Yes.
And
you guys can look up Nature Boy and Polite. Check them out. They're also abusers.
Yeah. Nature Boy is now in prison, I think, for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life, yes.
Sadly, Polite will be getting out in less than 20 years, I think, like maybe and teens or something like that.
Yeah, he's going to be there a while, but he will be out.
For
But these are two people who are again abusing people. Cults.
they're cult leaders. What I'm trying to tell you. Diddy is a
Yep.
cult leader from what I'm hearing.
Whoa.
I mean, even if he's not, let's say all these charges go away, I still say he's a cult leader. Let's say he comes out, and they find him not guilty for lots of these things and some of this, but America creates cult leaders for us. Diddy is one of those created leaders. Trump is another one of those leaders. I will go on and say other people's names, but I don't want to upset people too much. But what I'm saying is,
come on with it. Can I get two more?
America creates those that they want us to follow, and
That's true.
punishes, and it does punish them. And I think that's what you were alluding to earlier. It does also punish them, especially when I meant getting out of place. Not that they weren't out of pocket in the first place, but get out of place in, just think about it. This. If you want to go back to some of your conspiracy theories, did he act like he spoke up for the black community just a year or so ago, right? Like, oh yeah, black people, we got to pull together. And then sometimes that's BS anyhow, because what happened, they know things about to go down. They wasn't really caring about us in the first place, but now they want to rally the troops up. Yep. That's what it is. But that's just, that's what happens.
Wow. So you said I said conspiracies theory, but you kind of define what I said. Like, they knew these behaviors and they set us out to love these people, and then when they finish with them, they destroy them, and then they go away.
Yeah, because the reality is, as you were alluding to, what you would call powerful men, which I would say not necessarily powerful men, I would call very weak men who could not control their appetites, sexual desires, who had to have high levels of low self-esteem, like all these different things. They unsatiable, or however you say the word,
insatiable.
Yeah, right. and all these type of things going on is indicative of, I guess I'm trying to catch up with Queen now. Okay, so indicative of the of that there's problems with these people, and that they too need to heal.
Yeah, that's what I did say that to you. Is like, I see a lot of these powerful men, they cannot control their sexual appetites. We see a lot of times what that takes them down is their sexual appetites. It's not, they have money, they have power, they have access, but they cannot control their sexual appetites, and that's an issue.
They had no reason to for so long. In fact, that they when they received this money, they were still children, and they became instant elders in their communities. So when money dictates who the elders are, we're in trouble. You understand? Because if you're young and you have money, people begin to believe that somehow I'm more intelligent, I know more than you. In other words, in their mind is like, what experience do you have? You don't have what I have. So in their minds, they begin to believe that they know more and they're more worthy to be respected, revered, and all of that, because somehow they think they deserved what they got. Not that some things came together and, let's keep it a buck. They begin to believe they are the best businessman. People believe that Diddy is the best businessman, or this one is the best businessman. And in fact, when they weren't businessmen in the first place, anybody can have money and mess it up. If you give people enough money and go out there and flaunt it around and mess it up, like Trump, right? You can go and get lucky on a few deals if you got enough money to throw away.
Wow.
But there's nothing special about Diddy, but we have bought into American pop culture that we begin to believe that he's somebody that is special. Somebody even greater than us. I'm not even. I don't like celebrities. Don't move me. I mean, you have to be a special kind of celebrity, and I probably created that celebrity myself. Like Queen, you're my celebrity.
Stop it. But I understand what you're saying. I think that we live in a society that's put people on pedestals that are really they shouldn't be there. You know, they definitely shouldn't be there.
But I
Should
feel
not.
that's how you control the masses. Don't get it twisted. I guarantee you, and I don't even look at politics like that all over these years. I guarantee that some of these politicians that were targeting our communities have used Diddy as a representative to deploy our people or to bring our people in to vote and all this type of thing. As if and this is what we do with schools. This is what we do.
He was big with Rock the Vote. That was his thing.
Okay. See, you and all that stuff, and we be thinking people really looking out for us when they really hustling us, and when they still when they really getting paychecks. You know what I mean? They're for hire. Diddy's for hire. We think that people are they got long money and old money, but no, they're for hire. They're trying to keep what they got.
Wow, this unfortunate. Well, you know what? Diddy is not going to get any more time. We're going to definitely see what happens with him. We will talk about him again. He's got a long road ahead of him. And, you know, more than anything, I just think that we have to be careful. There's children in this. He has children. He has daughters. He has sons. This has to be traumatic for them. They go to school with other children.
I imagine life was already traumatic.
Yeah. It most likely was.
You can't have a dad like that and not to some degree. Wow. It doesn't go away. It doesn't unless he doesn't live with them. And I would imagine that if he is this cold person, there's no way that people can truly feel that connected to him. And that's one of the most difficult things when you're talking about people who have been in abusive relationships. They feel like the people are very manipulative. They feel like they love the people. The people know how to treat them in ways that make them like they know how to spend money on them, romanticize them, and all these type of things. But really, there's this piece that's always yearning. Did this person truly love me? And children feel that as well. You know what I mean? Did he try to buy me, or did he love me? Did he, so yeah, it's there. And I think as I forgot the sister's name that we played a few weeks ago, the doctor such and such, who was speaking to some other brothers who may not be as sloppy, hopefully. Nick Cannon and I forgot the other, what's the football player's name? And Cam Newton. They might not be as sloppy and messy as uncontrolled, but they still are uncontrolled, and they still, as she articulated, creating broken and hurt families.
Yeah. Diddy has 7 children, I think, with 4 or 5 baby mothers. So we got women involved in this who have to comfort children. This is it's bigger than just him walking in and being indicted. This is indicting a family. This is indicting children, and this is very irresponsible. This is why we have to watch our behaviors.
And he can get off, but that doesn't mean that his behavior still shouldn't be brought up as not acceptable in our community.
Not acceptable at all. I want to say shout out to Ulysses. Thank you for that. It's Black Box Radio's birthday today. Mine was actually, I'm a Virgo too. Mine was 9/17. So this is Virgo season, but Black Box Radio is 5 years old today. I'm a Virgo also.
Oh, my birthday was Tuesday. That tells it all.
But today is not my birthday. Today is thank you, Ulysses. I appreciate this. My man right there, the urban farmer. So I appreciate you, brother. You. But it is Black Box Radio's birthday. We are 5 years old today. So again, I'm gonna say that probably every 15 minutes. Thank you guys for allowing us to be around in your ecosystem for 5 years. Please keep rolling with us.
What's your what's Black Box's Cash App? Why not?
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, guys, we're growing. And we definitely would love some help. So
this sister works hard, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you, and she don't ask nobody for no dimes. she's a good person. I wouldn't be with her, honestly. You know,
We know that.
she a struggle. She a struggle sometimes, but I like it's a joyful struggle. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful
Oh
struggle. The
my
book,
gosh.
it's like it's like the book, A Beautiful
Jesus,
Struggle. You know
Jesus.
what I mean? And I'm certain
Jesus, Jesus.
I live to be somewhat of a struggle. So I take it as a privilege and an honor to be a
Oh
struggle.
my God. Jesus,
so
Jesus.
so
Walk with me.
so she doesn't have to say I'm a struggle. I live to be one. So
He is a struggle, but we are a great mix, trust me. But yeah, listen, if you guys want to drop something in for Black Box Radio, I'm gonna put this Cash App in here in this John, as they say in Philly, and hit us up for sure. And also, guys, we're developing new shows. We want to be able to have a platform that platforms ordinary people being extraordinary in their spaces. So if you want to do a consistent dialogue, blog, podcast, we're developing those. We're releasing 2 this month, October, excuse me. And we'll be developing them. So please hit us up at blackboxradio@gmail.com. Get in touch with us. Let's talk about your idea. Let's develop it, and let's black up this algorithm. Let's get some positivity out here. It doesn't, or just black people doing great things in their spaces. Come get a show. Come get a show. That's what I'm talking about.
Did you
We got Shaka in here.
Did you give out? I might have missed it, but did you put the Cash App out there for yourself for Black Box?
I'll put it out right now.
You putting out? Did you articulate the actual what it is?
It's the cash sign Black Box, BLAKBOXX.
Brothers and sisters, she don't know how to ask for no money.
Oh, I really don't. I'm not really a money asker. So
look,
do it for me, bro.
She definitely ain't Diddy.
Hashtag no Diddy, you stupid.
I ain't say no Diddy, but I said she definitely ain't Diddy. So so hit Sister Queen up, Black Box, bless them out here. She be doing the work. She be doing the work for some time now, family. Out of her pocket, out of her dime, on her time. It's been a love. What do they call it? It's
a love child. It's my love child of community. This is what I'm put here to do. Is to serve.
So she do it in a very broke manner. So give her. So give her get this bless Black Box, bless Black Box, because she does it because it's a passion. She wants to uplift our community in ways that defies I won't say the rest. So, but she definitely wants to see how people do better.
Listen, I also want to, guys. I have we got special guests coming up. Let me tell you something. This brother is going to rock with me as we build this platform, and I want to bring him on. He's going to be producing some shows with us. You guys got to say what's up to brother Shaka. What's up, Shaka?
I can't see Shaka. You're going to take that happy birthday off. Peace, good brother. How you doing?
Take that off.
I'm well, brother. How you doing?
Greetings. I'm blessed, brother. How about yourself?
Hey, no complaints, man. 6 feet above, no complaints.
Okay.
And Shaka also has a show. Shaka, tell us about your show so they can come and like and subscribe. Come to your show on Mondays.
Sure. My show airs every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We run about 2 hours, give or take. Sometimes the audience extends it further than that. But I like to go around 2 hours. The first hour or 45 minutes or so is community-based conversations, social dynamics, anything that hits my algorithm that seems to be more than just me. If it seems to be something that's more than just a me thing, or something that that the community is feeling, or people in my circle are feeling, or things that I see, then we address that. And the second half is music. So we alternate on every Monday. We alternate. So one Monday it'll be Play It or Spray It, which is where artists send music in from all over the country, actually all over the world. We get music now internationally, and then we play that music. And if the audience likes it, it gets in rotation. If the audience doesn't like it,
we let them know we have some very unique clips and sound bites and things of that nature to let people know that they may need to go back to the lab and rethink some things. And then the following Monday, so the alternate Monday after that is Spin the Bin, which we have artists go song for song, so 3 songs a piece from 2 artists. So those artists are artists that actually made it through Play to Spray It, or artists that actually have a project coming up that they want to evangelize or promote, or they have some type of endeavor that they're trying to promote. We put them against each other. So that's what we do. Been going on since January of this year, and we've been growing, and the footprint is dope right now, and it's starting to take on a life of its own. So yeah, Shock Value Radio. Oh, and that's SHAK Value on YouTube. So it's YouTube.com at SHAKVALUE.
It's every Monday, right? Every Monday at 7 p.m.
Every Monday.
Wow, that's fly. Yeah, y'all check out, like, share, subscribe. Go check out Shaka's content. But he's also working with Black Box Radio, and so that's what's so fly too. We're coming together, and he's gonna do some production, and we have 2 shows next month coming out, and we would like to add more. We understand that Black people are in every modality of life, and so we would like to develop some different things that Black people are doing or a part of, or want to talk about on a consistent basis, and be a part of this platform. Hit us up again at blackboxradio@gmail.com. Talk to us. Send me some ideas about what you want to do, and we can see if we could develop it, see if something that we could put on a platform. And we're going to bring on 2 next month, and then we're looking to bring some more within the next quarter, which would be probably going into next year for sure. So Shaka, what's up? What you think of Diddy?
Oh, I think Diddy done it.
I love it.
Listen. My chat, my inner circle chat. 1,000 bottles of baby oil is egregious and unacceptable, and whatever they accuse them of, we could throw the ARs out the window. We could throw the guns out the window. 1,000. He has weapon grade baby oil. Like, nah.
That's a problem.
Nah. My man has a weapons grade amount of baby oil. That's a problem. So I'm intentionally not following though the ins and outs. I don't like to dive that deep into that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It'll play out how it plays out, and then I'll digest that part of it. But just on the initial piece of it, like, he's not walking away. See, this is what I said in the chat. He knew months ago. He knew a year ago that this knock on the door was going to happen. The hubris of these millionaires and billionaires to think that their money is going to allow them to come out of this unscathed, right? His name was never going. His name was going to be gone. This brother should have took them billions and went black. He should have went dark. He should have went full Russell Simmons. Like, it's over. It's done. It's done. Like, you trying to save what? What? You're gonna lose everything thinking you can get out of this with your money, and that you're Puff Daddy. You're done, bro. You're done.
I agree. And Russell Simmons went to Bali. You haven't heard from Russell Simmons in years.
Yeah,
he's gone. They can't get him.
Bali
has no extradition to the U.S., so he's not coming back.
And he's like, I can give a damn about what y'all think about me over here, but what I will not do is jail time in the United States. And I got the money to make that happen, and I'm gone.
And that's what he did.
Right? And so, yeah, Puff's hubris is the reason he allegedly committed those crimes, and his hubris is the reason he's going to get everything that's going to come to him, in my opinion.
What you think about that, Daw?
I think his I think I would frame it just a bit different. I think Brother Shaka's coming on with the words that we have to define again. I think
hubris.
we just
We're not that intelligent over here, Shaka. He threw hubris on it. I'm like, hubris.
So, but yeah, I think that I agree. I just reframe it just a bit. I think it's more about his level of grandiosity. His catch me if you can attitude. He probably even got songs or something that kind of touches on it, like I'm beyond and above the world. You know,
pterodactyl eggs,
things,
brother.
right?
Pterodactyl eggs. That's what it is.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he think that also his wit. See, again, because people begin to believe that they're more intelligent, more witty, catch me if you can, than they truly are. You know, most people's out there in the streets doing things. I mean, I'm not gonna say most, but yeah, they literally, it's you have to create some type of fake, grandiose persona that lives in your mind that believes that you're above, you're smarter than. Like most people, even when they get caught doing things, they thought, oh, this happened, that happened, and they'll never say it was something that they did wrong. They just think that, you know, they're smarter than the next. They think that they can finagle their way out of things with the money or without the money, because people have this same personality trait with the money or without the money. You understand? And matter of fact, how they get the money in the first place, a lot of times that is manipulative. They were manipulative in the first place. This is how they get into special rooms. They're hustlers. You know, they got the gift of gab. They know how to bend over. They know how to do all types of things. They will do anything to feel whatever it feels to be that person. Brother Clifton says Diddy's former bodyguard said Puff wasn't born a monster. The business made him into a monster. And I'm not sure if I like to use the word monster in general, but I will say that that's not what people always say that. And it's not necessarily true. These people have certain types of things that they're missing inside, that they have these fantasies to be great. They have these, believe me, they have fantasies to be better than. They have fantasies to be millionaires. They have fantasies to have all these women. They have fantasies to that the world is a what do they say all the time? The world is a canvas. And in other words, now let me play and paint or make my reality, and I'll create this reality that I want to create. You know, because they see every interaction, every engagement as a chess move.
But why hasn't it happened quicker? This is not new behavior. That's what I don't understand. Is why? What took so long? How many people do you ruin?
Well,
families do you ruin? Your own children's lives. How many do you ruin before we take you down?
Well, he came from this, right? He came from this. Like he was born into his father, you know, was murdered, right? Yeah. His father was out there.Is father was doing things in the household, right? So
they killed him as a snitch. His father.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, there may have been some domestic stuff going on. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, but I think that there's some of that there. So again, this no matter where you go, there you are, right? Ain't that what Trek said? So it's like, Queen, you're not lying. And I disagree with the brother, Doc. Nah, this brother didn't snap and become this, right? This brother has been who he is. He's just gotten worse, and things have been coming to the light. You know, things progress, right? It progressed. So if we're saying this in 2024, to your point, Queen, if the Cassie video was what, 23? What was the Cassie video? 23?
That was 22, I think.
So if we saw that then, right?
Right.
And this brother been in the game since 90 something, right? So we can go all the way back to the Howard debacle, right? There's always been some type of something there
with him,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So if even him,
what happened to Howard?
the Stampede. Remember the when all the people got killed in the
Yeah,
party.
they had a party big. Yeah, so that's why they like made Howard and Morgan um, homecoming's different because they had some deaths during the party, but Puffy was present, or because he used to go to Howard. I think he left school,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a party there, and it got horrible 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was I think that was right before Uptown, I think, or
that was
somewhere.
like 89, 90.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But I know why people think that though. I agree with you, Shaka. But I know why people believe that, because these people are very manipulative. They're very and plus they're humans, right? So there's two sides to people. Or there's very like so you can see his very human side if you knew him and things of that nature. But and if you really know him, he'd probably show you a real vulnerable side of him. And people who do these type of things are very likable because you can see a certain innocence in them, and it's really that child that wasn't developed. Mm-hmm. And so hence you begin to see that side of them, and you you struggle to see that this person always had those delusions of grandeur inside them, because people typically don't tell you about their delusions. People don't typically tell you about their fantasies. If you begin to start asking people what kind of fantasies you have, you'll begin to know that a lot of us really have serious delusions of grandeur. We have delusions of being powerful. We have delusions of treating women just the way that he's treating them. I'm talking about men and women who don't have a thing. They have these delusions, these ideas, these desires. And Puffy's just one of them who actually got enough resources, power, control, and influence to make to carry some of those things out.
But the difference with Puffy is, see, or the people like him, right? You take any of those, you take any of the full blown narcissists, right? Because you got narcissism on various levels, right? So you take any of the full blown, right? Any of them with all the boxes checked off. They don't have to tell you. They're gonna live it, right? They're gonna live it. Remember that bubble, that safe space you spoke about earlier? No, that's a real spot. That's a real spot for them. So Puffy was living that, which is why he was able to do what he did to Cassie and all the other women very comfortably. Very comfortably. And while most of the things that he did to people, most of the things that Harvey did, most of the things that any of those people did, right? They did it very comfortably. Very comfortably. So I think, when you have the difference between those people and the broke ass narcissists and the broke ass power tripper, pseudo power trippers. Now he had every means and abilities to live it out. To live it out, he was able to live that side. He didn't have to tell us nothing. He was literally all the even the Dave Chappelle skits and whatever. Those was jokes on reality, because people saw that he lit. No, this nigga really think he go get some pterodactyl eggs. He really want people to go. He really want the finest Cambodian breast milk. This is what he's on a real life level, but they're making we're gonna joke it, but no, this brother is out there. So he's been living it.
But he has a lot of help. He's living it, but it's a system of help around him.
They always do, sis. They always do.
Sickness, sick.
Whatever crime you do, most of the time you have some type of enabler. Most of the time. And whether it's your right hand, your PNC, or if it's the person who just that's my man's, or that's my people's, or they not doing it to me, or I'm eating off of this, or whatever the case is, And I know a lot of people like that. Hell, I got white friends who do hip hop and who lived off of hip hop and say, you know what, I'm voting for Trump because I don't like that gay stuff. All right, but bro, he don't like me. He's racist. He hates me. But hey, this thing over here is my carrot. So if the carrot is what big enough or juicy enough or whatever, then man, you know how to go, Doc. You know how it goes. That's the system, sis. That's the system. How you think R. Kelly's and everyone else did everything they did? It's because that system you speak of.
Sad enough though. I agree with you on some level. Where I would also add more emphasis on it. People without money who we call them broke are carrying these things out every day, and lots of times they're not being called out because they have nothing to that. Like you get something, there's a carrot to call Diddy out. There's suitcases, there's things to get from him. But there's people who do this every day, and money is one resource. But there's people that they can get in your brain. You don't need a damn thing to get in people's minds. And in fact, people can get in people's minds so in such a great degree that whatever you own now becomes theirs. Because they will have you believing that they are your God. And that now you go to work, and now what you have, you bring it back to the family. And now my three wives. And I'm not saying anything against my brothers and sisters who practice polygamy, but I am saying that you do see that a lot of that in that particular community, and fake marriages and all types of things that go on. Similar to Polite, similar to Nature Boy, they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing, but I'm saying it happens every day. They come up in the counseling room, and I didn't use but like for all intents and purposes, I never said narcissistic or nothing, right? So just no clinical diagnosis from me. Brother Shaka said narcissistic. I don't disagree or agree, but yeah.
Yeah, he's right though. I mean, I mean, you look at Trump. He's a cult leader, straight cult leader.
I know it's right. I'm not a I'm definitely not a clinician, right? However, I'm a historian. However, I can do math well enough that sometimes you just ain't got to carry the two, and quacking. No, and quacking to me says duck. So, and if I'm wrong, I can live with that.
There's a problem there, though. If they're not narcissists, there's something.
Listen, I can live with it. I will put everything I love on that Puffy checks all the boxes. I on everything I love. He checks all the boxes.
Well, he's checking another box now.
So and again, if I'm wrong, okay, I'm wrong. Whatever.
I think there might be a lot of boxes to check.
Brother, there's a whole gang of boxes to check off.
A lot of boxes.
However, there usually is, right? The narcissist usually goes to the sociopath, and you start and things beget other things, right? It's like it becomes the Olympic logo, right? So it's like.
So what do we do when we hear Black people say, "Well, they're always attacking the Black man"?
Is that what you know?
That's trauma. That's a lot of. For me, I think that's a lot of. Some of it is legit, and some of it is pseudo trauma responses, right? Like, and it's whack and it's wild, and it's like we always looking for that win. Right, we always looking for instance, like let's just take an OJ situation. What we like? We just want the win. We want the win. Remember Emmett Till? You know what I mean? Like it's like we just want the win. So a lot of times we don't want to face the fact that one of ours, we like to say that that's what they do. We like to say that. That feels good to us to say, oh no, we don't do that. That's some white people stuff. We
do it.
We like doing it. We feel good about that. And so when we see ourselves, when Me Too came out, it was hard. It was it was Harvey in them, right? And then they started hitting close to home. It's like, and it's like, I can't play that. I got a video today I didn't put up. I caught a young sister rocking R. Kelly, right? And again, no, I don't care. However, you had that whole that fight and but I like this, I don't like that. But with white stuff, it's like I don't listen to that. If they cancel it don't matter to me. So I think a lot of that is these inner turmoils and places, and we don't want to look at ourselves a certain way, and we also don't want to make that hard call on giving up something that we like, right? If we want to stand on that cancel or protect this or protect that, right? We don't stand on it the same way we say we talk about molestation culture and we talk about a predatory culture. However, how many of y'all letting your 12-year-olds wear lashes? How many of y'all letting your little girls go out participating in this culture? So we don't like to talk about certain things. It's uncomfortable for us. We don't like to put ourselves on the carpet. We don't want to look in the mirror. We don't want to do it. That's
this is a black man that's displaying these behaviors, and he has to go. If this is what he's doing, he has to go.
Look, he field goal kicked that woman in a hotel lobby like it was all good with a damn rope, with a towel or rope, nah. I don't care what. I don't care about none of this. Like we see.
Shaka, let me say something. Let me ask you something, because before that came out, people were saying that wasn't him. Why do we have to see it to not understand that this is behavior, that this behavior has happened? Because what if we never got that shot of him kicking her? Before he kicked her, I don't see too many people they were saying Puffy's getting attacked. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Daw? Why do we always have to see it? Why does it have to be a video for us to know that we have to know it before we can believe that this guy is out of control? He's having parties all over Hollywood. There's stories. They know what he's doing, but everybody, until they saw it, then it didn't happen. Why is that? Is that trauma too? What's wrong with us?
I mean, I don't think that's all bad.
Yeah, me either.
I think that we should wait for the evidence to come out.
What if there isn't any videos that?
Well,
that video has been sequestered for about 20 years.
You don't need a video. I'm not going to say that he didn't do it. I'm not going to say he did it, but you don't need a video to go to court and take somebody to court. You can just give an account, right? And people's accounts make sense to me. In certain personalities, my instinct would say, well, most people like Puffy are probably likely doing things, but I still have to hold that in until more information comes about. Even now, still now, we don't know. We know he got 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and likely he was doing something really interesting, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't change my opinion whether or not he's grandiose, aggressive, a tyrant in our community.
Some interesting things.
He called it interesting sexual. Interestingly sexual.
Yeah, it doesn't change my opinion. I know he's doing something a little funny. So and I know that he's abusing power and influence and all those type of things. So whether or not we find out what happens, if anything changes, if he gets out, I know that Puffy is still a tyrant and toxic to our community. People, and not just Puffy, people like Puffy, and people that's less known than Puffy are like Puffy. Believe me, I work with people every day. It's those little children who never grew up. I'm telling you.
A billion percent.
Wow.
A billion percent. Nah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying at all. You ain't lying at all. And Queen, I'm gonna say all trauma. When I say trauma response, I'm not. That's not a definitive derogatory statement. I'm not saying it no, because some trauma responses are healthy, right? Some of them keep you safe, right? That proverb not even proverbial, that literal burning your hand on the stove. That the trauma response from that will stop you from burning your hand on the stove again, right? So us being cautious and waiting to find out, because historically we know what they have done to our powerful people. No, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the skepticism on that side of the fence. To be honest, I'm not really mad at that. However, I do agree that as Doc said, that there is a point, or there should be a certain point where no, we can do this, we can do that. However, we need someone involved to do this or do that, or we need someone who's seen to do this or do that. So if we have complicit people around, or people tell us and we say, nigga, you hating, right? Cat, when Cat say, oh no, but no, I'm not the Cat guy. I'm not the Save Cat. Well, I'm not the member. When they were doing Save Cat William at all costs. Now, I'm not that guy, right? However, I do remember when he said A, B, or C, and people were like, man, get that. You just a whatever. And now things are coming. Some certain things are coming to light or whatever, right? And it's like, well, Cat was, and Doc, on your level, there's those people on all types of levels saying no. So and so is doing A, B, or C, and certain people like, I don't want to hear it, or no, it can't be, because they're church leaders, so they can't be, or no, they're a teacher, so they can't be, or they mow lawn, they mow the old lady's lawn, so no, they can't be doing whatever, right? So. I think those things are out there.
Although I would say that Cat Williams has a special combination of features as well.
That's you gonna open that one up. You gonna open that one up, Doc?
I mean,
you said a special combination of features.
Yeah,
what would that be?
I'm not putting him on the level of Diddy. But there's definitely something in that man's mind is not real.
Oh, listen. Remember. I said I do a lot of short division, right? I do a lot of profiling, right? On the non-professional, non-site. When the brother said he read, how many books he said he read? Yo, what was the amount of books?
3,000 a year.
That for me, right? I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot. See, that's the type of person I am. I really don't need much, right? So when I got that piece, Doc, when I got that, I was like, oh, okay. Say less.
But part of the trauma that you spoke to earlier, I think you was eloquent in articulating, is that many of us took that differently. We took that as a person that is superior and exceptional
is well
in the
read.
Community.
Exactly.
And because we're looking for that, like a Cat Williams. And as much as I got in trouble for Terrence Howard, and I was like, look, come on, y'all. Terrence Howard is off. And I got in arguments and brother. See, so again, I didn't need more evidence than that. What I am saying is something was fishy. And the thing is, and as I said, I'm not going to protect Diddy, and I'm not going to say things I don't know about what's going on. But I know Diddy ain't right on certain circumstances. He's just not. But to what level, what degree, we're gonna find out. But when it comes to people like Terrence Howard, I'm not juxtaposing them and saying that they're similar to Diddy. But what I am saying, there's some red flags there, and most of us want us to win at delusional levels.
Yes, 1,000,000,000%. 1,000,000,000%.
That is a big statement right there.
Listen, I've said this publicly, even on a hood level. Now, I'm not the guy to be like free Tavon. I'm like, no, what Tavon do? Oh, hell no, don't free Tavon. Like, no, we can't free Tavon. He did what? Y'all mad? Like just because he's a brother, he's from the way. No, we don't need him out here amongst us. Like, what are you talking about? So Doc, you're 1,000,000,000% right. We have that thing, man, and
Well, I think that's that would be, if you said you're doing short division, that's people who are being oppressed, who feel that they never get a chance, they never had a chance, they don't get any chances, so they want to kind of protect their peoples. I kind of get that.
Queen, he said, no.
He said no. No. Hell no.
Hey, no, I get it, and I agree, right? Now the problem is we know and there isn't doing. We can look at things from multiple angles, right? Tavon did it. Let's keep it a buck. Tavon did it, right? Tavon needs some kind of jail. Is probably not the best place for him, but that's what they have now. But what we need to we probably should fight for some real correctional facilities and not these jails that are just creating animals out of our people.
Absolutely.
And let me reframe that, because I don't think our people are animals. But what I am saying is traumatizing our people. I was just talking to my class last evening, and what I mean by animals, our people have been dehumanized.
Yes.
And they put them in these facilities that make them, they dehumanize them in a very effective way. In so much a way, when you come out, you now struggle with being with your family. You can't trust people. You went in a lot more healthier than you came out. Many times.
A billion percent. It's funny. The brother Ali Sadiq's special is sort of about that. When the comedy brother, he did time in prison, and he said that he was he's still a nice brother, but he said the things he had to do, now coming out, he's doing this, he's making money, he has a family. It's like he's still those rules and laws still can kick in, because Doc, to your point, that place that they take them to mentally and emotionally is a place that they have to be in order to survive there. So it's like they become that, and it's like unbecome it. Without the same drive that made you have to become it. Right. So there's the detriment, there's no immediate detriment to your life on the outside. Right. Like compared to that. Right. So it's like if you don't conform on the outside, you're really not the food. Someone else is the food in your mind. So it's like they're stuck on that side of the fence. It's harder to come from that side of the fence, in my opinion, than it is because on the other, when you're switching from a civilian to that side, it's primal. It's primal. That's some now, but the switch back is some learned stuff, right? It's some learned. It's more intentional. Well, I think the other side's intentional also, but more intimate, intentional conditioning to get you out of that, right? And I don't think again, I don't think the forces are equal. The forces that got you there are not the same, are not the equal forces to get you out of that space. It's just not and so we're gonna have to put more force on this side of the fence to even move that. Look how long it takes them.
Look how many change that system. We can't force it. We got to change that system.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah. Like my brother is doing life now. Well, he's doing 25. Wow. And when he comes to when I speak to him, I'm talking to him and I'm assessing, and I'm like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be hard for little bro when he get out. I already see what he's. I'm gonna get you sucker. The platform shoes, with the fish. I'm like, I already know what it's gonna be for my brother. He went in before the net. He went in before the cell phones was what they were. He went. It's a whole different world. And it's like when you speak to them, they're not even prepared. They're not prepared. So he's gonna get out in 3 years or so, and it's like, oh man, wow, he's not. So. We need the equal forces, even without the system being kept. The system, I think the system changing is longer to come than us putting more equal force on this side for when they come out. Right?
You mean the repair? On the repair, that's
as far as the community. I think we can do more. I think we can do more quicker than the system will because we give a damn. Right?
So we got to do both. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we got to change the system, but we definitely have to repair our people when they come from something so malicious. It's set up to break them down, and they're stuck. It's a system that doesn't move. You go in there, and it's a whole new. It's a city of nothingness, and it's unfortunate. I've never been to prison. I don't want to go, but when I see people come out, they have a hard time adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
Real hard time
It's
adjusting,
hard.
yeah, it's hard.
And
So I also
even
go ahead.
in
I was going to shout out.
the reality is they don't always tell you or share that they're having a difficult time
I
adjusting.
know.
So the few
Yeah.
that share just know that the others are also struggling to adjust and struggling to feel like human beings and struggling not to feel like we are judging them, struggling not to feel like
Mm,
they need to catch up, struggling to feel like, now they when they hear keys jingling, they got post traumatic stress disorder,
Bruh.
you know.
Bruh.
when-
that's
That
serious.
was real. No, that one was real.
That's serious.
The keys was
That's
real.
mm.
Mhm.
That was real. That was real.
Oh
And
wow.
I gotta give
That,
a
that
shout
was
out to
real.
Dr. Max T. Ragland that I keep. I don't know why Queen hasn't had him on yet, but he has
I
to.
gotta have him on.
Yeah,
Dr. Max. He's
who has
coming.
a book called Post Transition,
Uh-huh.
he got a whole model, post transition syndrome, I think it is called, something like that. Post incarceration, pardon me, it slipped. PITS, post incarceration transition syndrome. And he done a lot of work. He's actually been a person on the other side of the gate. He's done a lot of work, but he and the people he also did interviews on, I think that it needs to be really looked at, because and one of the things I realized working with brothers and sisters is that there's there's a constant need to feel like you're not enough, you need to catch up, and hence, oh man, I can't even articulate because I heard you trying to move on, Queen, but it's a
No,
real
you can
thing. and I
articulate.
and I and I
It's
introduced it
real.
I introduced it to my class yesterday, because in the textbooks, because I teach multiculturalism at Boyd State University right now, and one of the communities that I say that we don't get enough training on are those who have been uh, um, they're returning citizens, and even those while they're in there, because I've done a lot of prison work. I've gone inside and actually done a lot of work inside and on this side with people, brothers specifically. So yeah, and so it's
Hmm.
real. And some people do go in,
Very real.
and some people do go in, and the very rare few come out better than, I mean, more together than when they left out. They have to kind of find a
That's
space, but
intentional. Yeah.
it's even a struggle, and it's the work they're doing, not necessarily what they're receiving there. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's a prison here in Maryland called Jessup, what is it, Patuxent, and some people spoke about how they would this particular place was like for mental health, and how they created this institution. Brother Imhotep, Bob Imhotep, actually spoke about it. It was created for white men, and these men would go in, they'd be locked up, and they have all this extra care and all these different things, and sometimes they got to just go home and all types of things. They still have some vestiges or hangover with vestiges and hangovers of some of those things, but they don't necessarily have it as it was once when the white folk were the main people in the prison.
In
Like similar
prison.
to, like you said, our neighborhoods. A lot of neighborhoods we live in, people say, why are they dirty? But when they were up in those neighborhoods,
They
my
weren't
bad,
dirty. They
they
weren't
had
dirty.
they had street cleaners and all that type of thing, all
Mm-hmm.
those type of things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let
Yeah.
me.
So
Well, the people who control the services serve themselves, and so when they move away, we see the services go with them. That's what happens. And then they want to say the folks who are in the communities are dirty, they're trifling, whatever. And the services went with the people who left the community. That's what usually happens. So we got to start looking at that as like when we see movement in people, we see movement in services. And the folks who have the access and the power, they take the services with them.
listen, this is like I
That's
said,
just it.
that's why I try to, I make sure I'm checking the radar, and again, doing the short division. Even when I talk about bikes and things of that nature, the infrastructure, you look for things that's coming, or you look, like you said, you look for things that's going, and you say, oh, these things mean money. These things mean money, and
why did they go?
Where that, and why do they go, or why the hell they coming in?
Exactly. How do they get dirty so fast?
Right. And why is that getting clean? And why is that getting cleaned up? So
yeah,
you got,
like, why one street is clean and one isn't? There's a reason. And it's not all the ways the people. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, let me tell you this. When I can stand on one side of a Northern Parkway on Park Heights, and it's a different vibe than 50 feet across on the next side, right?
There's a reason.
There's a reason, and that's intentionality. So
that's intentionality, and we see it every day, but we don't talk about it, because then if we talk about it, then we attack a whole group of people with this, with that. But we see the separation and what you do with the monies for you and the monies for others. Let's be clear. We
have to stop operating out of fear, right? We have to have some level of bravery with us, and I think as a community we've lost that. Like, so for instance,
I think not lost it. I think it was beat out of us. Understand that our people was brave. I mean, they did a lot. They fought a lot. But when someone's killing you maliciously without any,
it's beyond that. It's anything. So let's take away even the fear of violence. It's the fear of anything. The fear of being uncomfortable, Queen.
Fear manifests a lot of ways, though. It can start with the violence and then manifest into I'm fear of going outside. I fear this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying we have to stop operating. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a rat's nasty of the why. We got to stop it. It's my point. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, so those learned people and those serious thinkers who want to get into that, they want to die. Cool, do that. I'm saying to you, as a frontline guy, this is what we need. We need to do this right now. How we do that? We could talk about that. I'm just saying we have to stop operating out of a sense of fear. We have to stop always negotiating or even engaging, rather not even go. We need to stop always engaging from the low ground, from the lowest totem pole mentally. Like we don't want to say anything about another community because we don't want people to say this and that. We don't want to speak up about ourselves because we don't want to seem anti this. Damn that, because if you operate in purity and you operate in an authentic way, it won't even matter. All that stuff go fall to the side. We got to stop worrying about a lot of things that we worry about, because this is the reason why we operate in these little silos. This is the reasons why we don't Voltron, why we don't really connect how we supposed to connect. It's a lot of fear.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Fear of whatever. Again,
I agree we're fearful, but I think the fear doesn't come from, I think fear has levels. And I don't think the fear just comes that we're operating from it. I think that it's been embattled. It's been inbred. It's been beaten. It's been shown that if you do move or you do stand, that you're going to be broken down. And that's, I think, a lot of times this fear. I'm not saying it's valid. I'm saying that people have seen examples, and that's the reason why they fear, is because they fear something's going to happen to them.
I'm not disputing that.
It's a real fear.
No, a billion % is a real fear. Swimming across that river in Africa is a real damn fear for the wildebeest. It's a real fear. But guess what? You gotta go across. Because guess what? You go die over here either way. Aren't we? So I get you. And again, Queen, my point is I'm not here. I'm not talking about the whys or the whats. I'm just saying operating and leading with that fear is not getting us anywhere. And it's not going to get us anywhere. So I'm not saying it's not there. I'm not saying there's not a reason for it to be there. I'm not, none of that. I'm just saying operating off of that, leading with
I'm
that.
not the doctor in this one. I let Daw hit that one. I got to
Right.
step over that one. I hear you, though. I actually agree.
I don't know
And
what y'all talking about, but it sounds like it got
you talk about
spicy.
fear, and the reason why people are fearful to speak up, or the reason why people.
Well, I'm not
And
even
I
talking about
said,
the reason. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the reason. I'm saying I don't care about the reason. Reason be damned, because there's reason to be fearful of a lot of stuff, right? We gotta move though. That's all I'm saying.
What y'all talking about? The Diddy situation again?
No, as a community, I'm speaking. I'm speaking communally. There's a lot of things we don't do. There's a lot of things we don't say that we like. We say we don't. We were speaking about communal disparities, right? There's things that we see happening over here that doesn't happen over there. There's things that we know is this and that, and we don't say certain things because we don't want to be looked at as this, or we don't want the stigma of that, or we don't listen. I'm a '70s baby. I remember rationing. I remember people have to give up stuff. I remember people doing things and we just don't want to give up anything. We don't want to be uncomfortable. We won't boycott anything because it's going to make us uncomfortable. I like that store. Again, I don't care. Yeah, that store drug queen. But you know what? They got the 2 for 1s, y'all. And that's how we are in the mass. Not, in mass, that's how we are. And it's whack. It's whack. And I'm not built.
you want to respond?
I'm not
You
built
want to
like
respond,
that.
Daw, before we move on?
I'm not sure quite what y'all saying, but one thing I do know is
oh shit.
One thing I do know is that you're not going to fear people out of being fearful.
Ooh. Not going to fear people from out of being fearful. Oh, that's powerful.
And two, what I know is there's a certain group of people that's going to have a mentality that would go up against that level of fear or whatever you all are talking about. And those are the ones you work with. And you'll never get masked. You'll never fear people. You don't have the power to make. I'm saying, like some of us, even including myself, sometimes we want people to see things. They're not ready to see. The event hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
People mostly, there has to be something that is crisis like for people to, on a mass level, make those decisions or changes that we're talking about. People aren't feeling the oppression that, or then they're not feeling oppressed in a way that we can articulate or we can intellectualize or we see things. So when the time, there's gonna have to be a thing to mobilize people. There's never, people just don't mobilize off of nothing. It has to be a thing. Something has to happen.
It almost has to be something catastrophic. Like you look at, like, George Floyd. These are catastrophic things that you see, and you see it mobilizes all the people.
Right.
It's never.
It has to be a boiling point.
Yeah, it has to be a boiling point because people stay comfortable in their spaces and they sacrifice and make those spaces work.
Because I tell you one solution for fear.
What's that?
That's called anger.
Ooh.
And
that's true.
Sometimes that's not good. Sometimes it is.
Wow. Because one solution. I like that. It's anger. When people get angry, they're not fearful.
No, and you can do some very stupid things. So you have to kind of funnel it correctly. But
wow.
Yeah. So
I want to say shout out to Kelly.
Productions.
Shout out. Happy birthday. Black Box Radio is 5 today, guys. Thank you for my birthday was actually Tuesday, but this is about the BBR. So I want to shout out for Kelly. Thank you for the $10. And if anybody wants to contribute to this work, this is our Cash App. It's very uncomfortable for me to ask for money, but listen, this work isn't cheap, and we want to keep servicing the community. We've been doing this for 5 years, and it's only going to get better. It definitely is only going to get better.
It's a church. It's send the love.
Send some love. That's right. Send some love bucks. So we appreciate that. Back in the box every Thursday.
Give us some love and likes too. If you ain't got no moolah, give us some likes. If you ain't got no moolah, my brother Shaka gonna say you gotta have money. Send the damn money. You got money. Give the money.
Put some rhythm in the algorithm. I mean, make the algorithm shake. You know what I mean?
Make an algorithm. How they do that, brother Shaka?
Well, how you do that is right now, and actually on the live broadcast, wherever you're watching it live, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, whatever the medium is, hit the like or love button. Do something that's gonna send it to the algorithm, right? Comment. Right? Mm-hmm. Comment. Put the little strong arm up. Put the 100 up. Whatever. Y'all know what y'all do. Put those things that like engage. Right? Interact with us. So again, that costs you nothing. You're here. And before you leave, you can do that. Right? It costs you nothing at all. Nothing. So however many people we have watching right now, we should have at least those many likes. At least. Right now, I see 2 hearts, and I'm not happy.
Me neither. Right? Come on with them hearts. Love us up.
Come on with the hearts, y'all. Come on with the hearts.
Love us up. We have to have these type of conversations, family, because a lot of times we're looking at things that is not introspective, that doesn't allow us to think. It doesn't allow us to think about what's going on in our community. We're looking at trash. I mean, it's the truth. If we had something about Diddy, we have 100 people here. So we're talking about things that build us as a people and definitely enhances us as a community. We do this every Thursday at Doc in the Box. This is the Digital Healing Hour with Dr. Daw. We will be coming on more next month. We have some new shows coming in. Shaka has a show every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Check out Shock Value Radio on YouTube. Please, Dr. Dennis Winkler, he has a YouTube channel. Dr. Daw has amazing content on his channel. He is a scholar for the people. So we got to find a way to enhance some good information for our people. And we have to like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe, please, to my channel, Black Box Radio. Dr. Dennis Winkler. Please go on over there and like, share, subscribe over there. Subscribe to his channel. Hit Shaka up at Shock Value Radio. We are all contributing to the Black community, and it's important. It's important that we support each other. Mm-hmm. So, guys, we've been here for 1 hour and 37. You guys got anything you want to throw out before we get out?
Oh, I just realized. I'm like, how she know how to do that math so good?
And Puffy took the whole show.
I didn't know you knew how it actually shows you how long the live. Like Queen, a mathematician.
Yeah, it tells me how long.
She's a mathematician. She didn't even tell me she got a cheat sheet over in this.
I don't do that type of short division. That's shocking. That ain't me. It's right there.
If I did this, I'm rounding up. Yeah, so we've been on here for about an hour and a half, y'all. So it would have been an hour and a half for me. It would have been.
Got you.
Like, we've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. 36 seconds. Family, we up in the place to be. You know, it's me and you. I'm coming through for you.
So we talked about Puffy the whole time because we ain't
talking about Puffy the whole time.
Well, most of the time we waded into his situation.
Puffy is just an example of what's going on in our community.
That's true.
He's one of the examples that got
everyone knows.
But we spoke about how this is going on in our communities, even at levels where people don't have as much money. But there's a personality type that. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm sorry. No, I know a sister who's in a situation with someone she's living with, like a slumlord, right? And the same situations, right? Minus the physicalities, right? But all the mental, all the emotional hostaging, right? All the that's going on, right? Keeping her in that space, bleeding, bleeding her dry of funds, so she can't really get about that space, and it's happening right now, y'all. And this is in Baltimore. So I reached out. I tried to help the sister out. She's out of that situation now, but I was trying to help out last year. Queen, you may remember posts I was making, trying to get services for a sister who was going through some things, blah, blah. Like, she was, again, minus physical abuse. All of those traits were there, brother. And I'm sure, with the right amount of liquor or comfortability, or whatever, that could go there as well. So no, people, Doc is right. It's on every single level, from broke, middle class to exuberantly rich. Like it's happening, people, and we got to be aware and do our due diligence and cut our grass, man.
So is Puffy the example for all of us to look at this thing and in our families and our communities? Is he the wake up call? Is this why we get these type of movements? Are they wake up calls? I mean, honestly, we're talking about something that we don't normally talk about.
No, we've had R. Kelly. We've had the Bill Cosby thing. We've even this is not new.
But I don't think we had these conversations when they went through their issues.
Right. So I'm not talking about the conversations, but we've had the opportunity to have these conversations. We've had them, we've had that opportunity. So I'm glad that we're having it now. But I don't. For me, he's not the beacon. Is he the thing right now that's getting us? Yeah. However, I think we've had these calls before, the opportunity to do this, and we just didn't do it.
I would agree and disagree. I would say I've been always talking about it, and many other people have. In fact, people talk about it every day in different spaces, right? I mean, this mainly what I talk about on Black Box, on Doc in the Box. I don't talk about much more, but then how people are manipulating and utilizing their influence to control people. You understand? It just happens on various levels. It happens in various ways, and it happens to a multiplicity of people. I just wanted to throw another word in there for people to,
Talk to him, Doc. Talk to him, Doc.
But we always talk about this, Queen. So I'm going to tell you and I, we've been talking about this since the beginning of Doc in the Box. Actually, the first interview I've come on with you when you were calling people, what do you like that word, psychosis a lot?
Yeah, people are in a psychosis.
yeah. So, but nonetheless, no, we talk about these things, and many people talk about these things, but we are in love with with people who oppress us, traumatize us, abuse us. Yeah, we are in love with them. We are in love with our preachers. We've been talking about this for a long time. We're in love with the spiritual leaders who are abusing us. I'm not saying all spiritual leaders do this, but there's too many of them that do it, right? Yeah. We are in love with our business people who do this. We are in love with the people with degrees, and they call themselves doctor this or doctor that, and do this. We are in love with daddy who works hard and comes home and say he's a good religious man and just shut up woman, and women who do the same thing. So the thing is, we talk about this all the time. The problem is that we feel like we have to depend on these people who traumatize us, who use us, who abuse us. Queen doing some engineering over there, huh?
Wow.
No, I don't know what happened. I was like, what happened?
So what happened is he was cooking, so I soloed him out.
Oh, okay, okay. I said Queen already doing engineering, huh?
No, that's the producer over there.
Okay.
That's it. I was like, what happened? Okay.
He was cooking, so I was like,
He
nah,
was cooking.
he needs to stay. He needs to stay.
Well, I think that's gonna be our jewel. That's gonna take us out. Shaka.
So we do this work.
Give us a last. Give me some, and then Daw's gonna give me some. We out of here.
Listen. I don't have anything to give except gratitude. I'm grateful for the invite onto the show tonight. The conversation was dope, Doc. It was a pleasure chopping it up with you for the first time, good brother.
Likewise.
So I'm just appreciative and grateful for the conversation.
Well, we appreciate you coming in for sure. And listen, guys, again, tonight is Black Box Radio's birthday. We're expanding. We're looking for new content for the platform. Please send that if you're looking and you want to do a show or you want to be consistently put out your content monthly, weekly. Give us a call. No, give us an email at blackboxradio@gmail.com. Please hit us up, like, share, subscribe this content on both me and Dr. Daw's platform. Dr. Daw, take us out.
Well, peace. It's definitely a pleasure having Brother Shaka come on. I'm gonna call him I said I didn't say it, but I didn't say he wasn't right? You know what I mean? I'm not saying he wasn't, bro. He was or wasn't. I'm just saying the brother was cooking, right? So nonetheless, I appreciated the conversation, dialogue, and the intellect. And I got a chance to slow down, sit back, watch, assess, observe, and just come in, and say some things. But what I would like to say is we've been doing this, Queen. The thing is, I've been doing this for so long before these things get out to this level of publicity or what have you. The thing is, we struggle with being able to identify certain characteristics in people that are likely to lead him to do these things. That's why we can have people say like, oh no, well, Puffy wasn't this monster before he became a monster. I'm not calling him a monster. I don't want to dehumanize a person like that. But I do want to say that he is definitely a person who deals with a certain level of whatever created him, to whatever hurt and pain that created this person who feels a need to get all types of attention and gratification and very undisciplined and need all types of things to keep his ego feeling important. Some people, you can give them all the money in the world, but they never feel whole because the money is not going to fix the problem. It's just going to keep pulling stuff into a bucket with a hole. You understand? Oh, wow. And that's what I feel like many of us are dealing with every day, on different levels. So it ain't a Puffy thing. This is a community thing. And this ain't just a community thing. This is an American thing. America is a hard place to live in. And as much as we continue to assimilate into that culture and not look back at, what black people and just human people have done for centuries before now, we're going to continue to get more of this. But one thing we have to do is stop. We have to learn to look. We have to learn to identify, and we have to learn to set boundaries. I'm looking for the thing, Queen. I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
We out of here, guys. It's been a blessing. We boxed up and out.
Claim you're African, black and proud. I'm telling you.
What's up with that music?
When you claim you're African, you're gonna get your mind back. Black and I'm proud.
I have no idea.
Black and I'm proud.
I just want him to hear I'm black and I'm proud. If you claim you're African, you get your mind back. I do want him to hear that.
Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim you're African, you're gonna get your mind back.
It's the choppiest version of it, but I think the people get it.
I'm telling you.
Claim you're African. I'm black and I'm proud, and get your mind back. Till next people.